Welcome back to the Twingo channel. While the Mk1 Twingo's in having its MOT done to find out whether it passes or fails, I have bought the Twingo Gordini out of the garage because I'm having the garage roof replaced next week because it's leaking and covering my motorbike and the Twingo Gordini. And I thought I'd show everyone my little fleet of small fast French tin. So I said I've already given an overview of the Daily Driver Twingo. That's the 2009 Renault Sport Twingo 133. I've had for just about 2 years now. Yeah, about 2 years. And then I've got my Renault Sport Clio Gordini, which I've had now for 3 years. I think this is 182 or something like that. Out of the, I think it's the 400 or 500 which were made in right-hand drive. I've had quite a bit of work done to it, and yeah, I've had quite a bit of work done to it based by a company in Manchester, a Renault Sport specialist. It's a quick car. It is a very, very quick car. I thoroughly enjoy driving it. I've only been beaten by big V8 monsters and stuff like that. It's very, very quick. And then here is my 2010 Kawasaki Z1000. It's got about 11,000 miles on the clock. Oh, by the way, the Clio has got 72,000 miles, I believe. But yeah, the Kawasaki Z1000, I've owned this since virtually new. It had 36 miles on the clock. It was bought as essentially a Christmas present to myself. Well, Christmas, actually a birthday present. Yeah, so I've purchased this in 2010, end of 2010, early 2011, something like that. It was a birthday present to myself, and I've considering how many motorbikes I've had over the years and how many I used to have in all sorts of like 5 or 6 bikes at a time, I've actually stayed with this one consistently. Never been dropped, religiously serviced, and yeah, it's my baby. That only comes out during the summer. I used to be an all-weather biker, but now living in the middle of Wiltshire, it's I tend to not really, only use it for fun. So yeah, it's got a SP Engineering exhaust. They were custom made for the bike to my specifications. I wanted them quite narrow and quite throaty. See whether I can actually give it a bit of a tickle. Let's see. So there we go. So yeah, 11,666 miles. So let's just make sure it's accurate. There. And I actually ran it for about 20 minutes before I was moving things around. Can do 100 miles an hour in first gear. Yeah, it's a very fast bike. Bit of a muscle bike really. So yeah, this is my 2011 Twingo Gordini, number 82 or 85, I believe, something like that anyway. I've had it for 5.5 years. This is actually my second Twingo Gordini. I bought one brand new in 2011, and for I think it was about 14,000, 15,000 pounds, something like that. And one of the worst decisions I ever made as a car enthusiast was to trade it in for another car. I regretted it pretty much within the first week, and I tried to get the other car back, but it had already been sold. And actually I managed to catch up with the person who bought it They live down in Carl in Wiltshire, and refused to sell it to me, even if I offered nearly £2,000 over the odds. They just didn't want to know. They know the value of these things as well. So yeah, I've had it for 5.5 years. It's in pretty mint condition. 38,000 miles on the clock. I bought it from a company in Stafford. Yeah, bought it from a company in Stafford. I don't think they really understood what it was. So I actually got it for about £6,000. To find one like this with this low mileage, you're looking at about still the same. So I've really not lost any money on it, and it's not going anywhere. It's not being sold like the Mk1 Twingo. It's going nowhere unless I end up out on the streets. It has been track used. I've actually done quite a lot to this. It's been tuned. It's got a new cam and various other mods and tweaks and changes. A full coil suspension all round, coilovers. It's 160 brake horsepower, something like that. Yeah, and that was done quite early on when I got it. Some friends of mine, David and Ash, came with me in the back, and we had a lot of fun going down to the tuners. So yeah, it's a remarkably quick car. It is a good 25-30% faster than the daily driver Twingo. It's got full leather. I'll go around and give you an overview. See whether I can get into it without clonking the door. Yeah. So it has full leather, automatic wipers, automatic headlights, Bluetooth. It's very, very clean and tidy inside. It was my main daily driver for about 2 years, and then I realised the value of it. Actually no, it's number 139. So yeah. And I said last year it did about 300 miles. This year it's probably done about the same again. I just preserve it basically. It's one for future investment in some respects. I doubt whether I will sell it, but I absolutely love it to bits. It is such a quick car. It's not as quick as the Clio, but the way it goes around corners, the way it just simply undertakes Subarus on roundabouts is just remarkable. And if you're not making the tyres squeal when you're going around corners, you're not driving. It's that type of car. So yeah, so it's been on the track. It's been on Thruxton. It's been Cadwell Park. It's been to Nürburgring. So yeah, it's absolutely, I love it to bits. It's my friends call it flash, because that's all you see is a flash of it as it goes whizzing past you, with its little exhaust screaming. It's got a custom exhaust put on it. I've actually had the middle silencer taken out, so there's only the cat at the front and then a back box at the back, and that's pretty much it. That actually gave it quite a lot of brake horsepower. There was about a good 12 brake horsepower after the tune. As I said, the daily driver's just got a standard Scorpion exhaust with a middle box and a back box, and it's a bit quieter. So yeah, you may have noticed that actually I have private number plates, and there's a story behind that. The first one I had was this one, R11 TXE, and the reason I got it was actually on a car. I actually bought it for a car, but it ended up on the motorbike, and I'm happy with it there. Back in 2006, 5 or 6, I purchased a Renault 11 TXE Electronic, which was a talking car, one of the first European cars to actually talk. Possibly in the world as well, and it beat the Austin Maestro to the market talking by about 3 months or something like that. And it was a wonderful car. It had 1.7 engine, a litre engine, had issues, but it was pretty solid, and I decided, I don't know why, but I decided to actually sell it. And I didn't realise at the time that they were incredibly rare. There's only 3 left in the country now. I think at the time in 2007 there was about 7 or 8, and I sold it to a classic car dealer who explained that he was looking for one for an exhibit in a museum, and so I sold it to him, and some of the proceeds which I had from that, it was quite a reasonable amount. Actually, I bought the first number plate, which is R11 TXE, to remind myself of actually that car, and I actually went to the Bewley Museum and actually saw it. I actually got permission. I actually showed documents showing that I was a previous owner, and I actually got to see the car in its fully restored state, and it was gorgeous. Oh my god, it was so lovely. Looked new. It looked so good, and I actually even managed to get to sit in it. And it had really done about 100 miles since I sold it. And yeah, it did the rounds in some of the museums, and from what I know, it's been sold into a private collector, and it's now in a collection in another person who I've actually made contact with, and I actually sold them another car actually. Another Renault 11 last year, one I picked up. And yeah, it's doing well. It's done about maybe 400 miles since 2007. So yeah, so that's the number plate there, the R11 TXE. Then the next one I got was R5 TXE. So there was actually a Renault 5 TXE which you could buy, and I thought, oh, that would be a good matching pair. So I've got my R11 TXE and then my R5 TXE. And yeah, and the Renault 5s, I've got a long history with Renault 5s, Renault 5 turbos, and many other Renault 11 turbos, Renault 19, I've had a Renault 21, I've had a Renault 25. Yeah, I didn't have a Fuego. I really wanted a Fuego. I would love one of those, but they're so rare. And also they're a little bit difficult to keep on the road because the parts are so rare. So yeah, so I put that on there, and the Twingo is as close to a modern Renault 5 turbo you can get, Renault 5 capabilities, and so I thought that was good. And then the next one I bought was when I bought the Clio. I actually bought R8, and actually there was never a Renault 8 TXE, but there was a Renault 8 Gordini, and it's as I said, just to show you. If you ever see any one of these, you'll know what it is. We actually have Gordini series there, and Gordini series, and yeah, I bought that for this. And actually it was actually, that number plate there was actually on that car for some time, but I actually put it back on here. So yeah, so now it's finally back on where I want it to be. I haven't got the key with me. I've just parked this up, but again, it has. It's difficult to see. I'll do another video on this car, showing you around it later. And then the most recent purchase was this one in this year, which was R6 TXE. And again, there wasn't a Renault 6, but there was Renault 6 TXE, but there was certainly Renault 6 L, TL, and so forth. I wanted TSE for the original number plate that run, because I had a Renault 11 TSE which I loved a bit, but actually TXE sort of made sense. I couldn't get Renault 9, the Renault 9 TXE. Somebody had actually got it for their motorbike, for their BMW. I don't know why. And that was the one I was going to buy next. Renault 9, Renault 11 TXE, quite a popular Renault models during the 80s. So yeah, so that's really the fleet minus the Twingo Mark 1, which I recently acquired. I hope you like this. Thanks for watching. I said I will, on another video, you'll find out what happened with the Mark 1 Twingo. and thanks for watching.